Okay, can you still see me?
I can still see you.
Where the fuck did you go? Oh, there you are. I hate myself. Okay, we're here.
Hi guys, welcome to the... Wait, what is it even called? What's our podcast called?
Welcome
know what I mean?
to... Yeah, you know what I mean.
Oh, it's You Know What I Mean. You Know What I Mean. You Know What I Mean podcast. All right,
the
are we
fact
starting?
that we just didn't remember our own name. Guys, listen. It's a lot for us.
A lot of technical difficulties, a lot of learning here, big learning curves. But you know what? We made it. We're here, we're alive, and we're ready to tell our stories.
Yes. We absolutely love it.
My goodness. Okay, wow. So, You Know What I Mean podcast. How did we even come up with that? Like, why is that?
Basically, I think we just say the words. I was about to say this sentence.
You know what I mean? Yeah, we do say that a lot in our voice memos.
I think that we just say it after everything because we have to know. We need validation. I think that's literally it.
We need validation.
It's literally just that. There's nothing else.
And because of our English accents. That was a big thing when we first met.
True.
And like...
It was our British accent. That was like...
Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean, love? Babe.
Yes. That was actually it. Was the British accent. That's what brought us together. Psych, it's not. But it's what kept us together. You know?
Okay. So, wow, this is so crazy. Like, here we are making a podcast.
I know. How are we doing a podcast right now?
I know. I'm, like, stressed about it, but I'm, like, excited.
I know.
This is the first time either of us have ever done anything like this, right? This is the first time I've ever done anything like this.
No, I've never had the pleasure of doing a podcast. No one's ever asked me. I wish they did.
Me. Same.
Wait, quick pause. I don't know if this is recording my sound anymore. Wait, it might be. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
I don't give...
No, actually I do. Let me not say I don't give a fuck about audio when we're doing a podcast.
And when we literally spent 45 minutes setting it up to make sure it worked.
Like, watch it not work, though. I bet everyone thinks that.
This is so crazy.
I know.
And we're both wearing yellow?
I know. We're both wearing yellow, which, honestly, it's actually funny because we showed up to work a lot. I don't know what camera to look at.
Oh my god, you're so right. I know that I have 1, 2, 3 set up. So yes. I'm like...
Yeah, I'm like looking at all of them. Like, I need an assistant for real. But we showed up to work a lot in the same type of outfit. Like, our vibe was the same. Like, skater girl, or whether we were like...
Or even if it was different vibes, like, literally we'd show up in the same colors. And, like, what what were you thinking? What was going on in your head? Because...
That's what I'm saying. Like, we obviously were on the same wavelength, and we didn't even know it. But we should also say where we met.
Oh my goodness. Let's start our birth stories. Our sun and moon signs. So basically we both started working at Whole Foods in January, yeah?
Yeah.
Which I didn't even know you started like the beginning of January. I thought you had been there for a hot minute.
I thought that about you. I thought when I first met you, which I don't remember the first day, but I never do when meeting somebody. Yeah. Like, I never remember the actual time we met.
I remember it.
Oh my God. I love that.
I'm pretty sure it's the day that I literally was like, I don't know, like, why we vibe, but like, or I was like, I don't know why I love your vibe, but like, I do.
I know, I remember that, but I remember thinking that I thought you worked there for a long time. Not a long time, but you know what I mean.
Right, you thought I was your
longer than me. Yeah, like, I thought you were the boss. I thought you knew Jeff Bezos. Is it Bezos or Bezos?
I don't know.
I'm too poor to know, actually, so...
We really are, so... He stepped down anyways.
Yeah, he doesn't matter. No. But, yeah, we met. We were Amazon Prime shoppers. If anyone else was that's listening in the world, you know how shitty it was.
And honestly, I felt like it wasn't that bad. It's the people that made it really funny and interesting, like, to work there.
Yeah.
Like, so weird.
No, it was because, okay, if I was working and I think that's with every job though, when you're working and you like don't, like none of your work friends are there, it makes it miserable.
Oh yeah, no, 1,000%.
But the
Plus
fact
200.
that, yeah, and the fact that we just grocery shopped all day was actually, it was kind of
I
fun.
had, it was very mindless. Once this lady walked up to me and and she was like, so how do you like doing the Amazon Prime? Like, do you love that? Just grocery shopping all day? I was like, I love it. It's amazing. Like, it's just like really good, you know. The workers are great here. Amazing management. Yeah, it's everything. I didn't actually say that, but it was just like funny that she asked me because I was like, I think in that moment I was just very like I wasn't having a good day, or I was just
Yeah.
annoyed. So when she asked me, she's like, "Do you just like love this job?" I was like, I genuinely don't even know what to tell you. I was like, yeah,
It's awkward.
I was like, I mean, I want to kill myself right now, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good. It's pretty
No, yeah. And a lot of people are like, when I tell people, I was talking to you about this, like, I don't know when, but when I tell people, oh yeah, I worked at Whole Foods, they act like you said, like, you're a microbiologist or
Oh my God,
something.
really? I've never gotten that response.
Oh,
People are like, oh, okay. I'm like, all right, it's fine.
I literally don't, well, okay, not like I tell everybody. Like, I'm not out here like, hi, I used to work at Whole Foods. Like, that is not, no.
And my name is Leah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like my brand, but like a few people have been like, oh, like what did you do before like the job I work at now? And I'm like, oh, like, well, my last job was Whole Foods, and people's reactions are so, they're like, oh my God, like I told you, the one girl was like, that's my dream job, and I'm like, is it?
Right.
Like, are you sure about that? Like, I don't
Are
think
you
it
sure,
is.
love?
Are you
Right.
sure about that? Isn't
Are
it
you
though?
sure about that? Isn't
No.
it though?
It's horrible because it's like, if that's your dream job, okay, I shouldn't say that. Cut that out. Edit that out.
No, we are raw. We are unfiltered here. You know what I mean?
No.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean?
Say it. No, you know
But
what I mean?
like, for real though, when people act like that, I'm like, I just grocery shopped all day, but I got paid for it. So actually, maybe it was a really good job to have.
It really isn't that bad. Like, it's like very simple. You get paid like $15 an hour.
Yeah, we both quit after like 2.5 months, but it's fine.
Yeah. But it's fine. It's literally fine.
But literally go for it.
But yeah, no, overall, honestly, scale 1 to 10, I would give that job like an 8.
No, same. I definitely would. I feel like if we hadn't met each other and worked there, it probably would have been a lower score.
Oh yeah, like a 5.
No,
like a
for
6.
sure. Yeah.
5. I don't know.
It's 5.5. 5.5.
Honestly, just worse. Yeah, just worse. Though.
Yeah, just overall, not good.
Awful. No.
But
yeah,
it's
so
fine.
that's how we met. So we met at Whole Foods, started in January. We both quit literally after 2 months. And neither of us knew, obviously, who the other person was. Like, it was literally the first time that we, like, met each other. But we clicked so well. Like, I wish I could, like...
Describe it.
I literally... Yeah, and it's so crazy because I'm like, thinking back on all the friendships that I've had... And I feel like school friendships don't count because you're forced to be friends with those people.
Yeah,
but, like, in the outside world, thinking back, like, I don't think I've ever had an experience where I've met someone and instantly clicked. Like, I love you. We're best friends. We've been best friends. I know it. I feel it. And that's, like, literally what I felt with you.
Well, I know, and it's weird because I've heard people say... I've heard the expression, like... It's not an expression because I don't know what the expression is, but like I've heard people say like, oh, when I met like my friend or whatever, like I just felt like we knew each other already, like or had known each other for years. And I really did feel like that. Like when we talk about the fact that we only met in January, It really does feel like it's been years since January.
Literally. Yeah.
And but it's actually really good because when you click with someone like that, I don't know. It's like the universe like made us work at Whole Foods at the same time because it knew.
Like leave at the same time. Yeah.
Yeah. It's so weird.
No, it's so weird to think about. And that's like why I was like, I don't know. And like, I mean, who even knows? Like, I don't know. I think about it literally all the time. And I talk about it with my friends too all the time, my other friends. I'm like, I literally love this bitch. Like, you guys don't understand. But she is like my other half.
But it's funny because when I am explaining it to other people, they're like, okay. Like,
no, yeah, same. They're like, I don't give a fuck. Like,
yeah. They like, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry that you never experienced that. Like,
I'm sorry, like, you've never been in love.
Yeah, like, I'm so sorry.
Sounds like a you problem. Yeah, no one else is excited about it the way I'm excited about it. I'm like, no literally, we're going to build an empire. We're starting a podcast, a YouTube channel, a Spotify, like.
Literally every platform. And we always talk about, like, I don't know. I feel like, well, okay, so our friendship blossomed into, like, parking lot meetings because it is COVID.
Yes, our parking picnics.
Yes.
What did I call it? Our parking lot picnics.
Parking lot picnics, which are really, yeah, they're really underrated. It's just like Starbucks. It's just based around food, which I love that. And I feel like our conversations flow so well that it's insane to me. No,
same. But it's interesting. It's funny because we do like have like this good like banter back and forth. And when we're together, though, in the car, you know what? The next time I see you, we need to, like, film a podcast in the car while we're doing, like, a parking lot picnic. And we have to get Chipotle and Starbucks.
Literally, that is a move already. We're going to do it. It's going to be, like, a little special episode.
Exactly. Which, also, so back to, like, the friendship thing. That I think is, like, so funny also. Not funny, ironic maybe? I don't know. But, so when we both left Whole Foods, like, you actually moved away, like, out of state.
Yes.
So we just live in two different states completely. And it's funny because I've had friendships, like, that, literally friendships that are even, like, 2 hours away that I'm like, okay, we'll keep in touch, like, whatever. But then I never follow through. Even if I, like, spent so much time with that person and felt like we got really close, I just never really followed through because I was just like, I don't, you know?
Yeah, I know. No, that's the same for me because, okay, well, like, a little bit of backstory, not really. But, like, I only lived in Massachusetts for, like, let's say a year. We're going to go with that because I don't want to do any math right now. And so, like, when I moved to Massachusetts, like, friendships that I had, like, back in, like, North Carolina, I thought the same thing, like, oh, we'll stay friends, we'll stay in touch, like, whatever. And it's just really hard to do that sometimes.
No, we have things to do.
Yeah, and it's a two-way street anyway. So, like, you know, it's just like what's the word? Like, dissolve? Like, that's a horrible word.
No, I like that word.
Like, your friendship just, like, dissolves. But, like, I knew for a fact when I moved back south, like, when we had our last, like, parking lot picnic, I knew.
Which we cried. We cried, like, several times.
Yes,
like,
we
not
cried.
We cried, like, once in front of each other. Or I got teary-eyed. But, like, it hit me when I was, like, alone in my car playing, like, fucking Alanis Morissette or some shit like that. And I was literally weeping.
No, because it's sad because when you do... No, well, that's my point. Like, I was sad, but I was like, I know that we're going to, like, continue this blossoming friendship because I just knew it. Like, there was nothing else. But what the fuck was I going to say? That's, like, really...
Think about it.
But I was going to say, because it's hard to keep... Everyone knows it's hard to, like, keep friendships when you are long distance. Like, I'm legit, like, 14 hours away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Literally just said our podcast name. What the fuck? Anyways, so... But I feel like it's effortless because we always are sending each other like voice, what do they call them? Voice memos and stuff like that. And I just...
What do you call them? Feet. Look at them. They don't get too far.
You're so stupid.
Sorry, so literally it popped into my head.
No. That was from The Little Mermaid.
Yeah, it was Little Mermaid.
Why did I just make that connection? But
back to what you're saying.
Basically, I'm just saying, if anyone... I'm just saying nobody else was as cool as you, probably. Enough to stay in touch. Enough to want to. Like, don't cry, but like...
Like, don't cry. No, yeah, I mean, like, no, I agree. I just feel like, well, that's what's so weird. And I think the interesting thing about it, too, is, like, when you're in high school, or, like, when you're in school and you're younger, you're still developing and, like, trying to figure out who you are. And, like, we're still figuring out who we are. But for the most part, I feel like right now, I'm 24. How old are you? You're 24, too.
24, yeah.
24, yeah, we're 3 months apart.
Yeah.
But I'm older, just in case you guys wanted to know. But...
I feel like I'm always the youngest out of any friendship I've ever had.
That's funny. I feel like I'm always the youngest. Actually, no, that's not true. I think I just said that to make you feel better. But, no, but I feel like we have like a good grasp. I feel like I have a good grasp of kind of like who I am, what I like to do, and like you are so in alignment with like who I am as a person and like what I want to be. Where it's like, oh yeah, this friendship is like a no-brainer because of like how cool you are. So I just like have always known that there was no way that we weren't not going to be friends. You know what I mean?
No, that actually makes sense. And I feel like, okay, so let's get philosophical as fuck right now. But like, okay. I feel like when you know more about yourself and like you feel secure in yourself, the like friendships and relationships, like whether it be like romantic or not, like are more secure, and I feel like it just makes it easier. And like I'm at the point in my life right now where like a year ago I wouldn't have said this at all, but I feel like I'm at the point right now where I feel most, or maybe not like most like myself, but like coming to terms with like who I am and what I like and what I don't like and just like shit like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, so I feel like it's easier to then like completely vibe with like you because I know, like, I don't know, I feel like we're both just like completely just like ourselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, and I think it's like it's interesting because, well, it's like, I don't know, it's just like, it's very easy to be myself around you. And like, with other people, I don't know what it is. It's just, I just feel like they don't get it or they don't understand me, or sometimes I'm too weird or odd or like, I don't know, like they don't understand my humor. And it's just like, especially I think something really interesting for me is like growing up where I am right now in Massachusetts, it's just like predominantly like white people. Mm-hmm. So just the way I think that I go about things has just like always been like a little bit different, I think, for whatever, because of like cultural and whatever. But like even my humor, like I just feel like I could never really like crack a joke with like Brittany or Stephanie because they just like didn't understand it, you know? And I'm like, okay, it was a good fucking joke, but it's fine. But with you, no, seriously. But like with you, that's like a big, like I don't know if you do this too, but like I feel like if someone thinks that I'm funny, I'm like, okay, I know we're going to be friends.
Oh my God.
You know what I mean? Like if you understand my humor, then you just probably understand me as a person.
I always have thought that, like, okay, so obviously we have the same, like, sense of humor, which immediately, because sense of humor to me is very, very important in any type of relationship that I have.
No,
because,
true.
Yeah, and I think that I noticed that, like, I started to realize that, like, in high school, like, if I made someone laugh, I felt like this, like, I don't want to say adrenaline, but like...
No, same.
Like, you know what I mean, though? Like, if I made someone laugh, I was like, I want to do it more. Like, it became like,
Yeah.
so then I needed us to be friends. Like, if you think I'm funny, which is so, it sounds self-centered or...
No, I mean, no. I think it's okay to want to make someone laugh, right? And then
Right?
makes you feel good about yourself.
No, it does. And I think that it's rare to find someone, I think, see, I don't want to be self-centered, but like, I feel like I am funny.
We are self-centered. Let's be honest. Let's own it.
No,
we're selfish.
We really are. But like, I don't, okay. So yeah, I don't care. Okay, I'm self-centered. And if I think that, I'm funny, generally, like as a rule, I'm pretty funny. And I think that if you make me laugh, because I have such a high, what's the word? Do you know what I'm saying? Like
a high laugh tolerance, high comedy tolerance.
Yes, like because my comedy is so high,
right.
like I don't want to sound so stupid, but like I feel like if you make me laugh, then I am automatically like it means a lot. So and I think you are the funniest person I know personally.
No, I think literally. Okay, so I was actually talking about. I talk to my friends about this all the time, or not all the time, but like I've mentioned it. How like I truthfully, honestly, like to my core, think that I am the funniest person that I know. But when I meet someone who is more funny, or someone who just like genuinely can make me laugh, that is like magic to me. You are one of those people. Like, you are one of those people.
Yes, yeah. That's what I mean for you. But I think that's also why, because a sense of humor and someone getting mine is so important to me, I think that is the, like, if not the number one, like, a number one reason why we, like, click so well is, like, our comedic timing is very on point. Yeah. Like, I'm not trying to sound like...
No, I mean, I feel like people say that. Wait, what does that actually mean? Because, like, I feel like I hear people say that all the time.
Comedic timing?
Not about me. Yeah, but, like, what is comedic timing? It's just, like, the way that you, like, say things, or, like, the way that you...
I think it's just the fact that I'm about to Google it, because I need to know the technical definition, like, at the moment.
Let's Google it. No, let's Google it. Because I actually don't know the definition of it, but, like, I think I know what it means.
The fact that I said it and don't know what it means. Oh, okay. I hate myself. Okay,
just talking out of our asses.
Okay, I found it. Okay, we're back. Okay, so basically it is the delivery and how, it's your delivery and how you, like, interact, and which is funny because, and we mentioned this before, like, someone at our workplace at Whole Foods who we loved, I won't say the name because I don't...
Won't say the name.
Yeah, I'd have to bleep it out. I mean, she was our friend. But she mentioned that, she basically said it in a different way, but that we, like, I don't want to say we're popular, but, like, we just, like, we just talk to everyone, and everyone...
I mean, I don't want to say it,
but it's said, you know, like, she just basically said, like,
we're personable. Like, everyone talks to us.
Yeah, and I think it's because, and I've always thought this personally, being selfish again, selfish corner, that I feel like I know how to work a, like,
personally,
work a crowd. Like, that's too much. But, like, work a group. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, you've said that before. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I'm, like, kind of the opposite. Like, when you said that, actually... It's funny because, like, I think in a crowd, I get, like, a little bit nervous, depending. Like, if I know them and I'm comfortable with them, then it's different. But if it's, like, I feel like we're both very empathetic people, so we can, like, read people very well. Like, you know what I mean? Like, energies and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's, like, a big part of, like, being able to make someone laugh and, like, understanding their humor and, like, deciding kind of, like, what jokes to crack.
And I said work a crowd. I'm taking that back because I bet people who are listening right now are like, this bitch does not do anything. Like,
I'm dead. No, you're funny. You're funny. You do. I feel like you do know how to work a crowd. Or, like, I feel like we're both very...
But not a crowd.
No.
Like, I'm talking, like, 10 people. I'm not talking I'm not talking a room. Like, I'm talking, like the kitchen of a party and there's 3 people in there. Like, I'm
Okay,
not,
yeah. I'm like 10 people still stadium
what
to
I
me, but I can definitely make like 1 to 2 people laugh. No, yeah.
Yes.
And it's funny because like growing up, well, I think that that's like such a big thing. I guess I didn't realize how much humor is like a very big part of me, and like being comedic, like not being a comedian, but like being funny, feeling like I have to be funny is just because like for me personally, growing up, like I was very very chubby and very insecure like at a very early age. I know, sad, but no, I think like when I was like age 5 was like the first time I was like aware that like I was larger than everyone, and like maybe I shouldn't like be that large, and like just like judging myself and like being super insecure.
Oh my God.
I know. But and I don't know if that's like why I don't know, but like I think since kind of around that time I made it a point to like, okay, well then you're gonna be like very funny. I don't know, you hear stories like that all the time, like you'll be the funny one,
No,
like, the fat one or whatever.
Yes, there are always stories like that, but I think it's true. Like, I think, especially like when I was in high school, I mean, I don't consider myself ugly, but I'm not a 10, but I'm not a 1. You know what I'm saying?
Right. You know what I mean?
Okay,
We do.
so yeah, but I felt like if I was funny first, and I've talked about this with other people before, I feel like if I'm funny first, like meeting someone, like I don't want people to describe me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've always been very like self-centered. Like, not really, but yeah. But like thinking like, how would someone describe me? Like, I would want them to describe me. I want to control that narrative. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's why making people laugh and being funny was important to me.
Yeah.
At a younger age, because I wanted to control how people thought.
Yeah. No, I think
of me.
Yeah, I agree completely with you. You put that like perfectly into words.
Yeah, and I think that it just built from that. Like, I don't sit there and think about I mean, we're not comedians. Like, I don't sit there and write stand up.
No, yeah.
And like think about what I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But I think it's just the timing, like the comedic timing.
Yeah, right.
But
we're like sitting here like, so basically we're comedians, guys, and subscribe to the podcast. Oh my God.
Literally.
No,
I know
but
this whole thing has been about like comedy, and neither of us have fucking said anything funny. No.
It's all
people are like,
It's okay.
People are like, actually, no, they're not funny.
Oh my God.
We are, but you'll figure it out at a later date.
If I just keep watching the podcasts. All right, we don't know when we're gonna be funny, but we're gonna be funny at some point. So stay subscribed.
Yeah.
Okay, we should move forward. Okay, so do we want to get into like characters at Whole Foods?
Yes.
I'm
oh my gosh, how
nervy.
should we go about?
I'm nervy.
How should we go about bringing this up? Okay. I'm gonna need a lawyer after this, actually. So
Right.
if any lawyers are listening
Lawyers
and would like to represent me in a court of law,
I'm dead.
we bonded over the fact because you first said to me, "I like your vibe."
Yeah.
No one else here has that vibe, because this one girl we worked with was so high fucking energy all the time.
Yeah. Oh my God.
She's a nice person. There's
No,
nothing wrong.
definitely.
It's just some people, and I think everyone, I've talked to other people and they have thought the same thing. Like, when your energy is like down at like a 5 constantly, and someone else's is always on a 9
No, yeah.
or 10, you can't like meet
No, yeah.
them, and they won't meet you at your level.
Yeah.
So it's just like you're constantly annoyed,
Exactly.
and that's how I felt around her. But I never said it out loud. But then when I met you,
That's the first thing
And we both-
That's the first thing I said. Yeah, I was like,
Yes.
yeah, I was like, your vibe is so different from everyone's. Like, I'm like, thought I was the only one here who was like depressed, but it's like nice to see. Not like calling you depressed, but I was like, you're very
no,
like.
but it's true.
But I'm like, you're
Mellow.
the only like relaxed one. Yeah, and everyone here is just like on another one. Like, it feels fake. Like, everything here, it feels like a sitcom. I feel like I'm literally working in a sitcom, and
Yes.
I'm the only like.
where literally like when you're talking to, and there were a few other people like that, but we just worked, like she was in our department in the beginning, towards the end she wasn't, but It just felt like Where's the Laugh Track? Like, it was very Disney Channel.
Yeah.
Like Nickelodeon. Like, it.
Right.
I couldn't even be around it. And I have, like, I feel like my natural state is very mellow anyway.
Yeah, I would say the same thing. I have like weird bursts of energy that I experienced like the other day. It was really funny. But for the most part, like whenever I'm doing like anything like for like online or whatever, I feel like I'm very like enthusiastic, or even being at work, I can like kind of push myself to be enthusiastic. But when I'm like by myself or like genuinely just like doing nothing, like I am so relaxed, like to the point where people are like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "No, I'm good."
No, yeah, like
Right. And there was one person who worked there that was so intense about like, so when you're working in the Amazon like shopper thing, they have like this thing called what is it called? UPS?
UPH. It's your units per hour, and they basically time you as you grocery shop, which is I didn't know that at first. And then when someone was like, your UPH is low, which I had only worked there for a week anyway, so I kind of was like, fuck you, yeah, it's low. I don't even know the layout of the store. Like, you're asking me to go find these like organic olives.
No, I'm like, I don't know where the fuck they are.
Sorry, it took me 5 fucking minutes. Like, who am I supposed to ask?
Right.
I'm the one that's supposed to know.
Right.
So, like, I'm not going to ask a customer.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh my God, imagine.
And they don't.
So funny.
Literally, like, hey, I work here, but
could you help me?
Where the fuck is this?
We should have, honestly.
I probably should have.
No.
But yeah, they timed you on how fast you, like, did someone's grocery order. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And this one woman I worked with. Why are you laughing?
She's my arch nemesis.
She's our arch nemesis because, well, once you find out they're timing you, at first I thought, well, I don't give a fuck. Like, right. I'm not here to be timed. But then I was like, okay, how can I do this in the fastest way possible?
Same. I was like, ew. I was like, what are we in high school? Like, this is so unnecessary. Like, does it actually even matter? But then, like, when I knew, I was like, all right, so I'm just gonna like step it up a couple notches.
Yes. Well, yeah, and they had a printout of like everyone like numbered like 1 through, I don't know how many of us there were. I'll just say 30.
Yeah.
1 through 30, and this woman was on the number 1 like every time, and we were both kind of like, what the hell? Like, then there's no prize. Well, there was at the end when I left.
Yeah.
And then you stayed.
Yeah.
She won, by the way. We're just going to point that out.
Thank you.
But, like, so bow down. But this woman, like, always won. And she wanted to win.
Sorry.
You know.
I'm going to pee.
Listen, this bitch went hard.
Okay, so I think the funny thing was just like, okay, so honestly, just thinking about the fact that she took it so seriously, honestly, God bless her. Like, I don't know what else she's doing with her life, like what types of hobbies she has, but like clearly Amazon Prime shopping was at the top of her life.
No, it definitely was number 1. Like, friends and family were not number 1. It was Amazon.
Definitely not. It was Amazon. It was Jeff Bezos. And it was just like the way that she went about it. So Leah ended up leaving, and I was still there for like a couple weeks, few weeks, and just the way. So they're different. So there's like a certain way that you can like get a higher UPH, and
yeah.
I don't even know how to describe it to people so that they understand. But she would like, I feel like she would like blatantly.
She would try to sabotage. It was sabotage. She tried to sabotage anyone who came close to her like units per hour, basically.
Right. So like one way of like getting a higher UPH is like having an extremely large order. So say like the order is like 20 items and you get it done in like 10, like whatever, like 10 seconds, because that's like just like such a small amount of whatever, it's not really going to affect your UPH. But if you get an order of like 80 items or like 100 items and you're able to do it really fast, that's going to like improve it by a bunch.
Yeah.
So whenever I was presented with the opportunity of having, and they just pop up randomly on your phone, like notifications, like, okay, you just got an order, fulfill the order.
Yeah.
But whenever I would get an order, because she could see it on the back end, because at this point she became like a supervisor.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I would get like an extremely large order, she'd be like, I think it's time for you to go on break.
So she could take
really
it
hard. So that she could take it. And I'm like, honestly, like, honest to God, I didn't give a fuck. And I was so, especially after Leah left, I was so done with it. I was just like, I want to go home. Every chance I got, I'd be like, can I literally leave early? And so, yeah, she would just do like things like that. And I just thought it was so funny. I would like call Leah and leave these voice memos like, so she did this today, X, Y, and Z. And it was just like, it's just so funny. Because I'm like, that's crazy that she just like took it so seriously. I was like,
it's so weird to me when people take their, I mean, yes, you're working at a job and you should like, I mean, don't like snort coke off the counter at your job. Okay, yeah. But like,
yeah, right.
If you are like taking it that serious, if you're putting in like so much work and they're paying you the minimum that they can,
right.
I don't find that, and future employers, if you're listening right now, this is alleged. This is like allegedly my thoughts. It's not real. It is.
Right.
I feel like you should only work as hard as they're paying you sometimes. Please don't sue me. Any future job. But like, I don't see the point in going so hard when you're not, like, there was no reward really.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, like being the number one like shopper is what they called it. You didn't get anything, and it wasn't until the end where I think I was like, there's not like and it's funny because like I ended up getting that prize for like being like the number one for like the month or whatever, which whatever.
Yeah.
But whenever like I never had that intention of like I'm gonna be the fastest shopper. I just like hated my job so much. I didn't hate it. I hate to say that I hated it. It's just like I was just so over it. I was just like, I don't care. I just like came to do my job and leave.
Yeah.
But
well, I felt like as long as you're doing it right, I mean, and how hard is shopping? We literally all do it. We all grocery shop in our lives.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like as long as you're doing it, and it was really hard to like mess up that job. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah. Oh
like,
yeah. Yeah.
It was really hard. So I feel like as long as you're doing it, you were fine anyway. So the fact that they didn't even add an incentive until the very end when probably someone brought it up. Because I think I've even said it to them once. I was like, why are you showing me this list if there's no...
Oh, I said no. Yeah, I've said it. I think I had said it too. I was like, I mean, I don't really care what spot I'm at. Like, if I'm not making like an extra $200 because I'm like the fastest whatever, like I don't want it. Like I don't care.
No, but that's also so corporate America of us. Like, I feel like every job has that when they're like, oh, if you do this. Every job I've ever had, especially with like serving, they're like, oh, sell this much alcohol. For what? Do I get something?
For what?
Like, no.
Right.
It's just making you money. Do I get a free drink?
Stress?
Yeah, literally. Oh, I just get to look like an asshole when I don't sell like your like minimum
fucking thing. Right.
So stupid.
So stupid. So yeah, but we moved on to better things. Leah, you're a server now, yeah?
Yeah, I'm serving, which I like to do anyway because I like to talk to people all day and like meet people all day. I mean, it's not the ideal job in the world, but I like it, so I don't really care.
Yeah.
And that's that.
And that's that. I am starting at a coffee shop, and I'm excited about it. I've been wanting to work at this place for literally like 2 years.
I love that.
And yeah, I'm genuinely excited because I feel like I've done all kinds of jobs, and like barista type stuff is like something that like a skill that I don't have, even though I've done it before at other jobs, but not like, I feel like this will be like different because it's like an actual like coffee shop.
Yeah.
So I'm so excited to start. But
Yay.
yeah, I think that is like, it's great. So I was going to try to end the podcast, but I didn't know how to like segue.
Yeah, I don't know how to end this shit. I listen to the beginning of podcasts. I mean, I listen to podcasts, but like I forget how people end it. Anyways,
so I'll just wing it. So guys, thank you for listening. Please follow.
Yes.
We have an Instagram. It's it's YKWIM.
Yeah.
POD, right?
Yes. We should probably get that right. It's YNWIMPOD.
POD.
That's the Instagram.
On Instagram.
Yeah, and
I'll put it up on the screen too, so that people can like see it. Cause
please do.
Knows.
Please do.
This is our first podcast, and we did it.
Wait, we never said our names.
I'm fucking dead. So this is Leah.
Oh my god, and that's Diana.
And that.
And I hope that this flowed well. I hope that people related to it a little bit, or just even, I mean, it's just an intro episode. So honestly, if it was shitty and you think it's shitty, like, honestly, well, fuck you. But also, it was the first one. You have to give it like 3, okay?
Give it like 3, just like any TV series. The first 3 are always just like
the first 3. It's just, I mean, you're just trying to vibe. You know what I mean? So.
Right. But you can follow me at Nothing Like Diana. It's going to be linked again. Everything is basically in the podcast Instagram bio. And yeah, that's basically it. We'll be uploading Sundays is what we're shooting for.
Yes.
Right? Yeah. Every Sunday we'll have a new podcast for you guys. We talk about anything and everything, even if you didn't ask.
Yeah.
We're talking about it. So, yeah, thanks for listening, guys.
Thank you.
Wow. Ah!